So this next slide here is covering forming a foundation in programming. Coach Tanner was the one who headed this up. Right off the bat, the way that he best explained it to us was kind of his trademarked way of doing things, and that's the pyramids of periodization. So it's basically two pyramids that counteract each other, and it covers how, if you're going to have complex movements and very complex exercises in the weight room, then it needs to be very simple out there on the actual playing field or the court or whatever your sport is, and then vice versa. So if you're doing very complex movements out in the field or out on the court, then you need to keep very simple in the weight room. It's just how the body works, and depending on the time of the season, those levels of complexity or simplicity will change throughout the season. So it's one of the big picture things to keep in mind when we're writing programs, regardless of whatever the sport is. And he was talking about, depending on your program and what your goal is of the program, every program needs specificity. So it needs to be able, you need to be working on the right muscle groups. You need to be preparing the athlete, not just general fitness or general weight training. It needs to be specific to the sport itself. Whatever your variable is for your program, like hypertrophy, the thing that you need to overload in a hypertrophy program is volume, because in hypertrophy you're growing muscularity. Loaded in a strength program is intensity. So you're lifting more weight, not as much or not as often, but the intensity, the amount of weight that you're moving is far greater. And then in a speed program or a power program, the variable that you're changing is speed. So you're overloading how fast they move the bar path, things like that. And so each program that we write needs to, depending on the goal of the program, it needs to, one variable or another needs to be overloaded in order to accomplish that goal. And then the last thing that every program needs is fatigue management, whether that's hormonal fatigue management or CNS, central nervous system management, muscle soreness management. We need to make sure that we are not, that the program that we write is not overbearing to the athlete, that it's not too much too soon, that we're overloading the correct things. And so that was just some of the foundation of the programming that I learned this summer.